I was watching this series of uh of mobsters, ex mobsters, like the Bull Garano, this dude from he's from Staten Island, I believe, and stuff about what's his name? Also Sammy the Bull Garano, and what's the Teflon Don name? I forgot his name, but a lot of these guys, these ex mob members, and they all snitch on each other as time go by. Once the devil threatens you with time, these guys start singing like birds, man. He starts singing like birds. You see all these ex tough guys turn into a completely different person. They want to become citizens, model citizens after a while. But now these guys, these ex mobsters, they have podcasts now. They got videos they do occasionally, and they snitch and they talk about old times and who killed who, and they change. And the point I'm making is that the integrity of people and organizations, it changes once money is on the table or your freedom is threatened. When you watch those old Godfather movies or movies that deal with the mob, there was a certain integrity and structure that was unbelievable. It was tight knit. But when the newer and younger generation come into things, and when the devil's arms get longer and stronger, organizations, beliefs, religions, movements, they change. And the integrity and the honor of men and women go out the window. I remember I was in DC for the anniversary of the Million Man March, and after a while, people got hungry, and I saw that. I'm very observant, and I was looking at the Nation of Islam members, and I was watching them eat pizza and buy food with the regular brothers and sisters, and they just look so undisciplined and unstructured compared to the 80s and 90s. They look completely different. They didn't look right, and if you look at them today, they don't look the same. You don't even see them moving in the same capacity that they once moved in. Things change, people change, organizations change, beliefs change, including our own. And as Hebrew Israelites, it's not the same, in my opinion, than it was in the early 80s, 90s, as far as structure, as far as integrity, as far as honor, as far as rendering evil for evil, slander. Things change. And I'm not saying I'm not guilty of some of those things. Some of those things I am guilty of. But as the years progress and go forward, I have changed a great deal, and I will continue to change. Most High's will. A lot of things I see today, I didn't sign up for. A lot of things I see today is a future destination of disaster. And it's all the Most High. It's all the Most High. But I bring that up because I was looking at this story with 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and how he was pummeled and totally embarrassed in the LA Fitness locker room or bathroom, like a locker room to me. And I watched the video several times. I'm not going to post it up now because for some reason I'm having a problem posting it up. And I'm sure a lot of you, especially if you're into the rap world, have seen it already. But this guy talks so much smack on other videos. And I remember I watched a video with Charlemagne, the God, on Hot 97 or Hot 98 or whatever it is today. I don't even listen to the regular stations anymore. But this guy warned him and said, yo, I'm going to see you, man. And you're going to be singing a different tune. I'm just speaking, I can closely remember it. But he pretty much was warning him that he's seen this 100 times, and we're gonna see. They're gonna get you. He's giving out his address in Brooklyn, and I'm this, and he's gangster that. Then I saw him on another podcast with these rappers or whatever, and he's talking about Alpo and what happened at a barbecue, and you can get got, anyone can get got, and he got. He did say anyone can get got. And he started naming a few people who got or was slipping. That's what he was saying. And he definitely was slipping. This guy got on, it looks like bicycle shorts. He looked just totally feminine, as though he was like in a prison and he was about to rape his behind. That's how he looked. And this is why I say, man, you have to be in the spirit of the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You have to be in that spirit and walk in that capacity. But it says, Tekashi 69 was locked away in a safe room by horrified LA Fitness staff. And the way they beat and lumped him up, man, it was horrifying. After he was beaten to a pulp in a men's locker room in shock ambush. Let me see if it will mess up. Let's see if I can open this up without it messing up. Okay. Look at this. A wise man may have kept a low profile after testifying against violent gangsters to get a light up prison deal. Everybody snitches, man. You're going to tell me that these simple bird brain, savage animal ninjas are not snitching on each other? You're going to tell me they're not going to snitch on each other? You're stupid if you believe that these dudes don't snitch on each other. You're stupid. You're stupid.
911, what's your emergency?
Go hit that button quick. They all snitch on each other, man. At least 90% of them snitch on each other when that jail time is on the table. You're not going to see your babies anymore. Snitch. You're not going to be with your woman, your sweet, gold digging, big breasted, big behind, fake whore anymore. Snitch. You're not going to be able to hug your mommy anymore. Snitch. You're not going to be able to smoke blunts, wear your bling bling, drive your fancy whip anymore because your freedom is on the line. You have a choice to snitch or do time. Would you trust brothers and sisters not to snitch on you or have your back if they got caught with the bag? Would you trust them not to snitch? Integrity and honor and discipline and structure is no longer a thing today. It's a thing of the past. You'll have like maybe less than a handful of people that you can trust today. Less. Less. A lot of you're in a dreamland, man. You're not living in reality. I don't care what Bible you read. I don't care what you believe. You got a lot of Judases among us too. I don't care what you read or what you believe. Snitches get riches. How Tekashi 69 jump straight back into rap music, cash, and women after early release from prison, despite telling judge he was struggling to make ends meet. This guy's doing videos with chunks of money in his hand. Now look at him. Yeah, brother told me that the system can use you like a tool, and when they done with you, they just get rid of you, man. They get rid of you. Just that simple. But everybody snitches. I'm not gonna make this a long thing because I gotta go to work early in the morning. But yeah, man, look. Check this out. There's another one. Check out what this dude says. Check this out.
What's good, Rizzle fam? We weren't sure about it in the beginning, but now it's official. Gunna definitely snitched, and that's why he's got released from prison. Gunna
They go to prison and sit in prison when they can snitch and be free and be the whore of the Esau, the white man, or continue to do their stupidness. I mean, are you aware of who you comparing or lining up with honor and integrity? Look at the savage ninjas when you on the train and bus. Do those like honorable men that won't snitch on you or their brothers or sisters? Look at the ninjas on the train and on the corners with their pants sagging. Listen to the lyrics that they use in their music. Look how they're glorified, but at the same time, there's no integrity and honor in these brothers or sisters. They will snitch for $1. But you believe snitches get stitches. You believe that garbage. Well, listen.
finally broke the silence and told on Thugger and the YSL folks. He appeared in front of a judge a few days ago and made a statement along with his legal representatives. After that, he walked out a free man. This news came as a huge surprise, mostly because people thought
walked out a free man. A lot of you think it's just him. This is what the dude was saying. 6ix9ine. I saw a video. He was naming all types of rappers, famous rappers who snitch, famous people in the dark world, the 2/3 world who snitch.
the Gunna would never snitch under any circumstances, but it looks like it happened after all. However, he's not in the clear just yet. He's got a couple of things to take care of. We finally have something worth calling a big development in the YSL RICO case that's been going on since May of 2022. We talked about it a lot, but in case you missed it, earlier this year, the Young Slime Life or Young Stoner Life group from ATL was hit with a pretty big RICO case. It turns out this group is more than just a record label. Rather, they're heavily involved in illegal.
I mean, look at this weirdo. You think he ain't gonna snitch if they put the fire on him? Close your eyes and think of the majority of rappers that are famous, that are glorified, that are respected, that have money, that shine. Can you honestly tell me if serious time was laid on the table? Serious time was laid on the table and they would walk away from everything they have, lose everything they have. They're going to put that on the line. Think about it. Think about the average Negro and average Hispanic. You think that the majority of them are going to take a hit and leave everything behind for you, me, their brothers, their sisters in this current world? You really believe that? You really believe that? The Most High says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor and trust ye not in any brother. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant and every neighbor will walk with slander. Will walk with slander. That's the world we live in today. You can try to deny it. You can say, that's not true. That's not true. That's the world we live in. That's the reality that we're living in today. That's the reality. Every neighbor. I'm not saying there aren't good brothers and sisters out there, but there are far less than they were 20, 30, 40 years ago. Maybe even 3 years ago. Far less. This is the mind state of the majority of our people today. This is the mind state. I know that sounds a bit harsh, but look around, man. The majority of our people are not into scripture. The majority of our people are not into righteousness. The majority of our people don't have that love. They don't. Now, you don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. Most High says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant and every brother will walk with slander. And they will deceive everyone his neighbor. 5th verse, and they will deceive everyone his neighbor and will not speak the truth. will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity, meaning sin. To commit sin. But you're struggling, man. Struggling to figure things out, man. Struggling to understand. And I'm telling you, you at some point you have to separate. You have to separate from the negative, whether in the faith or out of the faith. You have to separate and figure it out and get it together. Because if you don't, you're gonna suffer repercussions that are spiritually fatal. But I'm using this as an example of what's really happening in the world, man. These Negroes is losing it. And it's been going on for a long time.
Activities that are a threat to the community. All the lyrics that we heard from Thugger about crime and street life, well, it just may be true. He's really about that life. More than 20 people got slammed with a RICO indictment, and both Gunna and Young Thug were among them. They were all locked up pretty tight. And
I did a video some time ago where it said that the feds watch these guys, man. They watch them. They know everything about these guys. And I believe a lot of them are really in that life. But see, this is how the white man works. He'll give you a taste. He'll give you a little taste of that money, man. And once you get that money and that fame, you don't want to go back to hood life. You don't want to go back to snack wrap potato chips and quarter waters. They still sell that, and pee on the corners and pit bulls taking dumps in front of your crib. You don't want to go back to that. You don't want to go back to driving hoopties and wearing basic sneakers. You don't want to go back to that. So you're going to bend over and take it in the behind, no Vaseline, spiritually, if you know what I mean. This is why the Most High talks about selling your souls. Selling your souls. And you have the same thing in our organization as Israelites. You have brothers and sisters who have cashed out and are snitches and are agents. I believe that before, that would have been unheard of for me to say something like that. I would have never been thinking in that capacity. Today, 2023, like 15 years later, I believe there are agents and spies and sellouts among us. I used to laugh at certain brothers who said that, or said they were conspiracy theorists and you're over the top. But after watching documentaries about the Black Panther Party and different groups who are infiltrated, after watching The Godfather of Harlem, that series, great series, check that out when you can. You see, and that was in the 60s, you see how this government operates and how anybody can be a cutthroat ninja. I believe there are certain women among us now. We never talk about that. I believe there are certain women among us who are agents and cutthroats and work for the government, and their job is to infiltrate and stop any organization that is against the government, if it's a threat. But the point I'm making, I'm not going to make this a long, drawn out thing. Everybody snitches. Everybody. And when your freedom is compromised, you better believe the majority of people, they're going to snitch. I don't care if you're about that life, like they're saying this dude is, you're going to snitch, because everybody likes nice things. Everybody likes to shine. Everybody.
Denied bond several times. Prosecutors made heavy-duty cases against him. It seemed like they were bound to spend at least the near future behind bars. But it looks like one of the YSL boys has other plans. See, Gunna decided he wanted out, so he appeared in front of a court and took the so-called Alford plea.
Look what that dude's wearing. You see what he's wearing? You think he's going to give that up, man? Look what he's wearing. You think he's going to give that up? You think he has honor? He's about that life. If you're about that life, take the hit. Just like the white man who's in who are mobsters. they sing too. They snitch. They snitch.
So he appeared in front of a court and took the so-called Alford plea, which allows a person to maintain innocence while acknowledging that it's in his best interest.
You hear that? Did you hear that? You hear that? Gunna.
plea, which allows a person to maintain innocence while acknowledging that it's in his best interest to plead guilty. He also gave an official statement where he claimed that he didn't snitch on anyone from the YSL team. Gunna said to the officials, "While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no mention of being involved in the trial process in any way." But that's not the whole truth. Gunna said a couple more things while he was talking to the judge. Here's what he said once he was asked.
It's the same dude that Charlemagne the God. You know, I don't like that dude at all, but he called it on 6ix9ine. He said, "Yo, I'm going to see you again, and it's not going to be good, man." He didn't say it like that, but he was alluding to the fact that these guys talk big trash, and in the end, they get burned and they look stupid. And that's what he was telling this dude. And you got the same dude, another dude on his panel or his show claiming he did not snitch. Another guy.
Asked about it.
I'm bringing this up, man, because you got a lot of these average Negroes who think they're smart, who think they're wise, who think they're spiritual, and this new age culture that they're in, they believe that that they in their mind they believe that there's nothing wrong with them and that they're normal. I don't see our people as normal. I don't see people who are outside of the faith as normal for the most part. You got some good people who are not in the faith or are hardworking. They have some integrity and honor. But on average, I don't see these brothers and sisters as normal. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to come off as pompous or high-minded. I'm saying it for survival. I used to argue with my ex about scripture and spirituality. And I said, listen, I don't give a F what you're saying. I'm trying to survive. And I know that this country is going to fall, and these same Negroes that you're trying to be like, these same worldly people that you're trying to be like, you're going to fall with them. And I'm not going out like that. I used to tell her that. We used to argue all the time about that because you can't get around common sense. I used to tell her the majority of people on this planet are stupid. The majority of people in America are stupid. The majority of Black people and Hispanic people are stupid. I used to tell her that. And we would argue, and she would be offended because she couldn't let go the ropes of Negrodom. She couldn't let that go. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, this country is going to fall. And if you are in this mind frame, if you side with this garbage, if you believe in these people or try to be like these people, you're going to fall with it, because stupidity has no fit or relation with the Heavenly Father and His Spirit. It doesn't. These are dumb animal-like people, and they've been trained to be that way in America. We weren't always like this, but this is what we're dealing with, and that's the reality. I jump from podcast to podcast. I go on people's pages, people who are outside of the faith, and these idiots are talking about building up the Black family, building up America, building up each other in America, when the damn white man and all the heathens are on fire financially. The damn white man and the heathens, they're on fire as far as their moral fabric is concerned. They're falling apart every day, but these dumb Negroes are still chasing bling bling and cars. Talking about they're going to build each other up, and they're going to go Hotep, and they're going to go back and pray to the ancestors. I'm not trying to hear that no more, man. It's just ridiculous. Look at this dude.
More things while he was talking to the judge. Here's what he said once he was asked about it.
YSL is a music label and a game, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. I need to go no further. Again, listen.
Is a music label and a game, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the game.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
At the very end of his statement, he was asked if he also regrets the fact that he got misguided as an artist by YSL. And he,
you know, man, betrayal's a hell of a thing, man. I don't know if any of you ever have experienced betrayal by someone close to you or people close to you, but it's a hell of a thing. And I've learned over the years that Don't say nothing, man. Don't say nothing, man. You know who's with you and you know who's not with you. I remember our brother, he was critiquing me on, of how I conducted myself towards some brothers and sisters, and I'm this and that. And I told the brother, yo, it don't matter, man, because I know who loves me. I know who loves me. You got a lot of people who's mad at you or will judge you or attack you, not out of righteousness, not out of sincerity in the spirit, but for personal issues. And that's different from someone attacking you and correcting you that loves you. So don't concern yourself with, those brothers. You want to be around brothers and sisters who walk like you, think like you, and grow like you. And in this world of Negro, you're not going to get that. We're going to sit back, read our scriptures, and watch the world fall apart. Bottom line. And we're going to glory in the Lord, not in material things and things that are contrary to spirituality. We're going to focus and seek heavenly things, and we're going to watch the world just fall apart. Most High says in Matthew 24, verse 10, it says, and then shall many be afraid, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray, snitch, and shall betray, drop dime, and shall betray, inform, or be an informant, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, meaning grow, iniquity being sin, and because sin shall grow, the love of many shall wax cold. See that? But look what's highlighted in the blue. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So you have to endure in all negativities and temptations and trickery of the devil. And you have to stay and endure in the Most High and his righteousness. Bottom line. But that's just what, that's just me. I just had that on my mind. And at the end of the day, man, there's two worlds and that you can pick and choose from. You can choose and pick from the Most High, or you can pick and choose and be of the world. But at the end of the day, there's one king and there's one standard of life that we're supposed to be following, and that's the Most High. That's the Most High. And a lot of people, they're gonna have to accept that reality. They're gonna have to accept that the Most High, he's calling the shots, and that's what we're supposed to be going to. No matter about your feelings and your emotions, all those things, the Most High, I don't care about that, man. A lot of brothers into feelings and emotions. And bottom line, there's always room for growth. I don't claim to be the wisest man in the world, but there's always room for growth, man. And the growth is towards Yahushua. Yahushua being Christ. Those of you who don't understand, but Christ is the direction we're supposed to be looking toward, and Christ is Yahushua. I'm gonna say Yahushua. I don't like you saying Christ. Yahushua is the blueprint, and once we master that, life becomes a lot easier. It's frustrating. It's frustrating being in America. It's frustrating being an Israelite in America, because everybody hates us and all we have is each other. But trust me when I say this, there's only few you can count on amongst us. There's only few that will sincerely have your back with love and brotherhood and sisterhood amongst us. And it's a struggle to survive, not just amongst us, but in the world, period. But the key thing is you want to survive in the spirit. You want to survive within your finances, but in the spirit. You want to survive in your possessions while serving the Most High in the spirit. That's very difficult if your spouse, family members, children, and brothers you labor with are dead weight. Very difficult. So there's no such thing as no goddamn snitches. That's a Negro mind frame that's created in a savage environment. The white man snitches and our people snitch. The heathen snitch and our people snitch. But if you love the Most High and the Spirit is really on you, then I think the scriptures speak in terms of that there's no greater love than for a brother to give his life for another brother. How many of you would do that? How many brothers around you would do that? I'm out.